and welcome to a very rare Saturday night hoops action from Loddon Valley as the Kitking Group 1 phase comes to its conclusion, and an enticing battle between the hometown Reading Rockets and Division 2 side Barking Abbey. Reading all but assured of qualification to the next phase after 2 wins from 2 last week, and for Barking Abbey narrowly losing out to Worthing Thunder on the Saturday night, but reclaiming their win position by beating Team Solent Kestrels less than 24 hours later. If they win tonight, then they are all but assured of a place themselves, albeit if Worthing lose as well. John Hobbs, Charlie Haynes keeping you company here tonight at the first of 5 Saturday games this season for the Reading Rockets. Unfamiliar territory. We're here at Loddon Valley on a Saturday night, Charlie. It's very weird.
Absolutely, but not an issue with me if it means we get even more hoops in the day than we've already had so far with all of our junior teams. So really excited for this one. We've got a team on fire in the last 2 games of Reading Rockets and a really young, exciting Barking Abbey team here. So I'm ready for this one, John.
Absolutely. Coach Samit Nurazadeh saying to me last week that despite the 2 wins, they were not statement victories, even though they were big blowouts over Solent and Worthing respectively. 50-point wins and then some.
Absolutely, and I can tell you one thing, Samit is never content with a victory, meaning that the next one is going to be the same way. He will want to come out and treat every game fresh, new head, new energy, no worries about that. So I know he's made sure the boys are ready for this one, so let's see what happens.
Very close to tip-off. We'll just go to the team list, starting with the away side, Barking Abbey. Momentarily, there's only 9 players for Barking Abbey today. No Solomon Dobson-Smith, he's out, but there's a few number changes. We'll get into that in just a second, but a team mainly made up of youngsters, EABL players. They're a talented team, Barking Abbey.
Absolutely. We were speaking to Coach Ricky Broadmoor just before the game. He's got Abina Kufu, number 11, just 16 years old. He's got the big, strong Luis Obiora, who's only been playing for 15 months and yet is already flying above the rim and hammering down some big dunks each game, and so much exciting talent all the way through. So as much as they may be young, there's a lot of potential there and always a chance for some big performances.
Absolutely. Luis Obiara, 7'2", certainly one to watch out for, a very talented prospect for the future. Let's move on to the Reading Rockets. No Zane Porman tonight, but still a very strong team led by Mitch Clark, the number 4, and also Victor Olerin, player of the week last week in the 2 wins over Solent Worthing, particularly against Worthing. What a game, 30 points off the bench.
Absolutely, I was gutted I couldn't make that one, but I saw all the highlights, and there were plenty of them in that game. Extremely exciting player who loves a crowd, so excited to see how he gets on tonight. Similarly, so much new talent in there that I'm excited to see live for the first time, such as Simon Chamberlain, who already had a great game against Solent and a strong performance last week. So excited to see how he does today.
Absolutely, and Simon Chamberlain actually replaces Justin Hopkins in the starting 5 tonight. Otherwise, it's as you were from last Sunday. Mitch Clark, Reece Pinnock, Lewis Champion, Tyne Sangu and Simon Chamberlain, the starting 5 for the Reading Rockets for the Barking Abbey. They'll be rolling with Ian Titus, Warari, Adam Lukavicius, Ethan Conway, Luis Obiara. It's a talented young team, Barking Abbey, that will be playing in Division 2 South this season. Of course, relegated from Division 1 last year, but still a very talented group. EABL champions from 2023. A lot of talent still remain in that team.
Absolutely, and like you said, they've always enjoyed playing youngsters, Barking Abbey, so Division 1, Division 2, it doesn't matter, they're going to put their all into it. It's such good opportunities for these young people to play. So 2 setups, both with youngsters playing, just in slightly different structures. You've got a team who are sort of putting all their young ones out nice and early, and you've got players for the Reading who are enjoying learning from the senior players.
And straight away, and not long into the game clock, Simon Chamberlain gets his first field goal, less than 10 seconds in.
Absolutely, good start from Reading. Let's see how they're going to defend. I imagine very aggressively, knowing Samit Irizade playing against a young team. He's going to want to really put a lot of pressure on Barking early on the defensive end.
And a 3-pointer straight away from Obiara, 7'2", can stroke the 3, no problem. Well, we saw last week Luke Atfield of Worthing Thunder, 7'1", hit a 3 from the wing. So Luis Obiara getting his 3 as Champion drives inside, kicks it out to Chamberlain, the extra pass, and Champion there blocked by Obiara.
2 big plays from the young man early, just 15 months of playing, as we said, but already impacting both ends of the floor.
Conway loses the ball, though, and Pinnock will slow play down for the Rockets, but now explodes to the hoop. Nasangu inside, and a whistle has gone. As we await what the referees are saying, but it's an interesting story with Coach Broadmoor, isn't it, for Barking Abbey? He actually started his career here in Reading and has pretty much done every job you can think of in his near 20 years involved in the sport with Barking Abbey, and now this season a head coach. Great addition to Barking Abbey, a great servant to Barking Abbey, and now leading the way as far as coaching goes. Absolutely, and very well loved by all of us in Reading, someone that we always enjoy having back, whether it's for EABL and WABL games or now Kitking Trophy. It doesn't matter. We always enjoy having him back, and like you said, a really good story as well. There's Nasangu misses the second, and Obiara with the rebound. Conway, beautiful transition basketball from Barking Abbey. Absolutely, great pass up the floor. Rockets trying to slow it down, get into some set offense. Reading really have to be careful with their offense against Barking Abbey, especially getting those passes off sharply. They've got good hands of Barking Abbey as Champion misses everything for 3. And the ball will go out of bounds, and it will be a Barking Abbey ball. Lowari, who had the highest index rating for Barking Abbey last week in the win over Solent, 16 points on 55% from the field. Here is Conway. Shot clock winding down as Obiara misses everything with his 3-pointer. Just one pass too many. A bit of a miscommunication there, not knowing when the shot clock buzzer was winding down.
Absolutely, and something we always try and teach young players. You need to know the time, the score, and the situation. Didn't on that occasion, but it is nice to see Obiara playing from the 3-point line and being able to be a screener, handoffs, looking to shoot the ball. So good for his development. Nice to see Barking trying to encourage him to play out there.
Champion. 5 to shoot for Reading, and Obiara again with the steal. Getting it done at both ends very early on. Lewis Obiara, and here he is backing down the Sangu. The extra pass, Lukavicius for 3.
Big shot from Lukavicius, and that was something that we noticed in the starting 5. Talented shooters, Lukavicius and Conway starting early. So expect to see them looking to shoot from the 3-point line any opportunity they get.
Lukavicius only appeared in a handful of games last season for Barking, 3 to be exact, as Champion rattles in a 3.
Way to answer back, nothing worse than scoring a 3 and giving one up straight away. Samina Rosani wanting a foul as well on that shot, and Ricky Broadman wanting a flop. So coaches disagreeing on that last one.
Conway looking to answer, but doesn't. Sangu with the rebound. And here is Champion. Clark driving without fear. Gap is 1 early doors. Lucas Savachis didn't get it as Obiara drove to the hoop. A bit of a wild pass from him as Ian Titus Marawi couldn't handle it, and the ball goes out of bounds. Reading will pick it up.
Full court pressure here from Barking. Don't expect to see too many mistakes from Reading against full court pressure, just having experience on their side.
Barking, defensive pests, it must be said. Love to intercept the pass. That'll be a goaltend. As Simon Chamberlain gets his 2nd field goal of the day.
A good call, but I will say I am so impressed with Lewis Obiara so far, just impacting on both ends of the floor. And Coach Broadmoor really trusting him to be a big part of the offense here and getting the ball in his hands every possession. Defensively, he's doing a great job inside at trying to protect the rim. Certainly
will look to have a standout season as Lucas Savachis with the 3, no good. And Clark collects. Here is Chamberlain. Simon Chamberlain, what a debut he had last week at Solent. 21 points on 5 of 6 from downtown. Shot clock down to 9 for the Rockets. Champion kicks it out. Clark thought about the 3. Reading got a dance here as Clark drives inside. No good. The tip, no good. Nasangu on the follow.
Good job from Mitch Clark to recognise just 4 seconds on the shot clock. Had to make a play, and he did.
Lowari. Wilkinson. Conway looking to drive at Champion. Round the back. Beautiful handle. Turnaround jumper, but misses the shot. That would have been pretty if that dropped. Of course, Barking Abbey made up of all exclusively under-19 players playing in Division 2 South this season. Number of breakout stars expected as Clark hits a 3.
Another big shot from Mitch Clark. Great hit from him, and Rockets starting. They did go down early, but experience is really playing in their favour here, making plays, making big shots, playing with lots of composure. I love it.
And already a 9-0 run from the Rockets. Mitch Clark, 15 points last week against Worthing. 9 of those came in the first quarter. Actually sat out the entire 2nd period in that win over Worthing. As Pinnock has it. Chamberlain loves that shot at the top, but is long. Lukasevich just about collects it, gets it back again. Obiara looking for Wilkinson, finds him. Wilkinson creates some space for himself, misses the two. Obiara rises over Nsangu. Lucas Savicius for three again. Barking Abbey very trigger happy from downtown thus far, but 2 of 6 now from beyond the arc. Pinnock, a good three-point shooter, gets it to go. 42% last season from downtown, led the Rockets in three-point percentage. Hits his first triple tonight.
Absolutely, and someone who's really worked on a shot. I know for a fact in the off-season he put a hell of a lot of work with that. Coach Dave Titmus, former Reading Rockets coach, and starting to make some really good decisions in terms of when to shoot, and it's paying off.
Obiara misses the hook, and Pinnock will breeze past him. Rockets up 17-8, looking to stretch their lead to double figures. Already on an 11-0 run. Clark driving the extra pass. Nsangu misses the shot. That was good defense from Obiara. Wilkinson driving at Champion, and a blocking foul has been called.
Yep, I think good decision there as well. Lewis not in front, not in defensive position, legal defensive position. It's a good call on the foul.
As we see on the replay here, Wilkinson, bit of a speed advantage over the more experienced Lewis Champion, shall we say, as we see the replay. And for the first time this season, and hopefully the first of many wonderful things we'll see at Loddon Valley, the big screen showing the replays of what is happening. Unfortunately for the viewers on YouTube, the big screen is behind us, so you won't be able to see it. But if you're live and in living colour here at Loddon Valley, you'll get to see a huge big screen showing all the action as well. Thankfully not our voices, but that's another story. As Wilkinson splits the free throws, ball batted around inside, and another whistle has gone as Naomi Anawanu will now go to the line for 2.
Really frustrating foul for coaches when you give up a rebound on an opposition's free throw and then give up a foul on top of that. It's really frustrating, because now not only have you got one personal foul, you now got a second one. The team fouls start to go up. Thankfully, not too much of an issue for Rockets at the minute, with that just being their second of the game. But I promise you, Coach Samina Rosado will still not be happy about it.
Yeah, 2:57 remaining, and only 3 fouls have been called in this first quarter, but they do add up in that first half, and obviously...
I probably got that name wrong, so very sorry, but I did try. So maybe Barker might start to look to switch a few more actions as they take the big fella off.
As Hopkins misses his first attempt from the field. Justin Hopkins into the game for the first time. As Ty Nsangu takes a seat. Inside, beautiful footwork and the finish from Anuawu. Here is Pinnock. Pinnock drives, beautiful footwork inside. Hopkins goes up, and he will go to the line. And Justin Hopkins, 15 points in 15 minutes against Worthing last week, battled under the basket, relentlessly against the Thunder, and he's doing it again against a younger Barking Abbey team. Barking Abbey, a very physical side when they want to be as well, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I think Justin Hopkins on that last defensive possession might have got caught a little bit out of position, but what does he do? He goes straight back down the other end. He goes aggressive to the rim, and he gets the 2 points back if he can make both his first and his second free throw.
Averaged 22 points for Team Newcastle Knights last season. Saying at the just off camera that Reading have this knack of stealing Newcastle's players, don't they? A couple of players last season, a couple of players this season. Here is Conway. Conway gets it back, looking for his first score of the game. Averaged 7 points last season. Inside it goes, and the finish on the follow from Anuaru.
I am loving Barking's relentlessness to get after the boards on both ends of the floor so far, really paying off for them. Those second chance points are going to be so crucial for them in a game like this. We're probably just experienced, maybe a little bit skill-wise, probably second best, but they're doing so well so far.
Chamberlain on the catch and shoot, that's short. Barking have a great habit of crashing the boards and getting finishes at second chance points. And we've got a few here already in the early going tonight, as well as Warawi drives inside. Beautiful footwork and the finish.
Great patience, great timing. A slow step on a layup can create so much space for you, just as was demonstrated for us right there.
Some fantastic footwork, great composure offensively from Barking Abbey to start, and it's a three-point game as we enter the final minute of the first quarter. Clark catch and shoot and the finish.
That is an unbelievable make from Mitch Clark. Catches it, awkward angle, turns himself in rhythm, drains it from the three-point line. He is such a talent.
Here is Kirby Mabaya for Barking Abbey, looking for help, finds it in Conway. Shot clock down to 4. Conway, high degree of difficulty, but he makes it.
What a way to answer back. Tough shot one end, tougher shot the other. Both good mates.
Former Great Britain under-16 international Ethan Conway. Many Great Britain internationals coming out of Barking Abbey as the shot clock is off. Game clock winding down for the first period as Hopkins on the finish, and that'll do it to end the first period. It's been a very competitive first quarter of play. Barking Abbey trailing 24-18, but what a start from them, and really getting into it, crashing the boards, getting the finishes, composed offense, very patient. But for Reading at the moment, there's been a bit of a scrappiness to their first quarter, but they're getting their shots off, they're getting the right shots, and they're making them count.
Barking Abbey always such a tricky opponent for any team, for exactly what you just said there, John, just about their relentlessness, their aggressiveness, and really getting after it. One thing that would be interesting to see is Rockets are currently switching 1 through 4, and obviously the presence of Lewis Obiora and Anom Anyanwu is such a difficult matchup for them to switch on. And that's kind of where Barking are running everything through. They're getting the big fellas at the top. They're looking to run some ball screen action in the middle third, or playing out the left wing, or they're trying to get through some handoffs. Reading at the minute trying to blow up those actions. It means trying to stop the players from receiving the handoff in the first place. And normally Sammit's a big fan of a switch, but Barking's size making that really difficult for them. That's something I'm sure he'll be talking about right now tactically.
Mitch Clark leading the way for the Rockets, just like he did after the first quarter against Worthing last Sunday. He leads the way with 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting for the Rockets. Rockets shooting just a shade under 53% from the field. Barking not faring too badly themselves, 44% from the field. Anomi Anuaru leading the way with 5 points off the bench for them, as we get set to start the second quarter in the first of 5 Saturday home games for the Reading Rockets this season. Unfamiliar territory for a lot of the fans, but they're enjoying the action here and waving to the crowd. Oh, the cameramen, and hey, look, they're having some fun. It's amazing what a big screen can do, really, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Fun atmosphere on a Saturday night here in Loddon Valley. Wilkinson. Mabaya drives inside. Here's Akufu. Inside it goes to Anuaru, who misses the 2 inside, and here is Champion. Early doors in the second period here at Loddon. Champion gets bumped, gets the bucket and a foul.
Similarly, just as we spoke about at the end of the quarter, Barking trying not to switch that little to big ball screen. I'm watching Coach Ricky Broadmoor in front of me right now telling his big fella to drop. He wants that ball screen to be sort of isolated for the 1v1 between the guards, get the guards fighting over, the big sitting off, and the message is protect the paint, protect the drive. Don't worry so much about the three, don't allow any passes in behind.
Lewis Champion to the line, and of course a player that needs no introduction to the Reading Rockets family. He's been with this club since a junior. He's spent some time away, went to university at Newcastle at Team Northumbria, won a few NBL championships there. Of course, has played in the old British Basketball League for the Bristol Flyers. We have to call it the Super League now. And a great player and a great servant to the British basketball community, Lewis Champion. And there he is with the steal. And here is Clark. Ollerin a three, that's short. And Ollerin gets the offensive board as well and doesn't get it to drop. Bit of a scrappy sequence that from both teams really, as Barking really struggling to get the ball into their side of the court. They just about get it. Here is Wilkinson. Lucas Savicius, as the shot clock was winding down to 7, and Champion will collect. Scrappy sequence at the moment going on.
Absolutely, Reading trying to put as much pressure on as possible, try and rattle and just force some errors from the younger Barking side.
Hopkins inside. Two former Newcastle players linking up there. Matt Ullman with the assist as Lucas Savicius gets rejected by Ullman. And the ball will go out of bounds. Reading will keep it.
Absolutely, Mitch Clark.
Well, excuse me, Barking Abbey will keep it.
Mitch Clark switched on that last possession, ended up defending the big guy inside. For a smaller guard, he is such a good defender in the low post. However, we have the big fella, Lewis Abiora, back in, so Samet goes with his biggest player of Taina Sangu, and I'm sure now you will not see any switching off that matchup.
Yawu will take a seat for Barking Abbey as Wilkinson drives to the hoop. Obiara looking for help. The hook no good. Good defense from Taina Sangu at 6'8". Here is Champion. 2 minutes played in the second. Good defense from Amali Wilkinson. Here is Hopkins. Wilkinson with the switch, and the foul has been called, so Justin Hopkins will go to the foul line.
Good patience from the big man. He realised he had a bit of a matchup. He had the smaller defender, Amali Wilkinson, on him, so just took his time, waited for space to drive, and played his 1v1, and good things happen when you attack a mismatch.
Final game in Group 1 for the Rockets, currently 2-0, looking to make it a perfect 3-0 to end the weekend. Of course, if Barking Abbey win this game as well, then they have a very good chance of qualifying into the next phase as well, so still lots to play for. Of course, Solent can still qualify from Group 1 if they beat Worthing and Reading beat Barking Abbey. Reading open their NBL 1 campaign on October the 5th against the Thames Valley Cavaliers. What a game that should be here at Loddon Valley. Here is Ullman driving to the hoop. Nice up and under, but misses absolutely everything. He wants a foul. And the referee's having none of it, and Barking Abbey will collect it.
Absolutely interested to see if Reading have anything specific on their full court press. Barking currently just with the one guard, so they're doubling off the inbound. Now Lewis Champion will just play the 1v1 on the defensive end. 12-point
lead for the Rockets. 6-0 start to this second period, and another turnover. Ollerin finds Hopkins, and Reading will reset. Champion gets Wilkinson jumping for joy, but misses the three, or misses the long two. Wilkinson all alone, and he lays it up and in. Lewis Champion took a bump, I think it was from Wilkinson. So Barking Abbey had the numbers on offense and a transition score for Amali Wilkinson.
Yeah, I think he just got knocked to the face there, maybe poking the eye, and at the same time, can't give up those transition buckets.
Masangu and Obiara were fighting for that loose ball, and Barking Abbey will collect as Ian Titus Warari will check in, and Kirby Mabaya will head to the bench. Kirby Mabaya actually led the way for Barking Abbey in the win over Solent with 19 points. 3 of 5 from downtown for him. And the lob and the finish, beautifully done from Abina Ekufu. And a timeout has been called by Samet Nurazade as he has seen enough, and a quick fire 4-0 run there for Barking Abbey. Good stretch and good spell of play for them.
Yep, absolutely. I think Rockets did a pretty good job at forcing turnovers from Barking Abbey in general, and they've started to sort of pull up the pressure a little bit with the full court press, and they've forced a few turnovers off the dribble. But on the offensive end, I did notice Coach Nurazade not overly thrilled with the offense. The spacing wasn't quite right, and I think it looks to me like he'll probably come out and he'll probably try and run lots of ball screen actions that puts Lewis Obiara defending a guard. It's quite clear Barking don't want to switch that, and I'm not surprised with the difference in height. So I expect to see Samet making a real point here of let's get the ball to our dangerous guards, whether that's Lewis Champion, whether that's Reese Pinnock, whether that's Mitch Clark, and get Ty Nasangu to set the ball screen. Let's see if Lewis can defend our quicker guards coming off the ball screen.
So we're coming to the end of the Kitking Trophy group phase. It's the start of the league season coming up next week as the beach vibes at Loddon Valley happening on a Saturday night. Why not? It's been beautiful weather today, actually, 23 odd degrees. The sun's been shining. Obviously, we are coming to the end of the summer season here in the UK. As we said, Reading start their home campaign against the Thames Valley Cavaliers, and for Barking Abbey, they start Division 2 life at home to the Westminster Warriors. So should be a very competitive season in both divisions.
Absolutely, and excited to actually see how this Barking Abbey side do in Division 2. Yes, they've got a young lineup, they've got a couple of experienced players, but I mean, I'm really impressed with them so far.
And amongst the people batting that beach ball around was one Josh Steele, who of course was with the Surrey Scorchers, now renamed the Surrey 89ers in the Super League, as the shot clock winds down for Hopkins. Nasangu with the rebound, misses the short shot under the basket. Lukasevicius. Obiara. Warari. The floater is no good. Rebounded Ullman.
So on that last possession, we saw Rockets forced to switch inside and got Amali Wilkinson defending the bigger Justin Hopkins. Let's see on this one. I expect to see a ball screen coming soon. Here it is.
Oller in a three. Step back shot, no good. Obiara and Nasangu fighting for it. Ollerin comes up with the loose change.
Again, trying to put Lewis Obiara in ball screen action.
Nasangu running out of options. Shot clock is winding down. Ullman a catch and shoot three. Gets it to go.
What a great hit from Matt Ullman. 3 seconds on the clock. Rises up and shoots over his matchup.
Ricky Broadmoor not happy with the defensive sequence from his side, especially as the shot clock was winding down. Lukasevicius looking for the three, couldn't find it, goes inside to Obiara. His hook is no good, but a shirt pulling there from Nasangu. Referees allowing play to continue. Ullman.
There's that ball screen action again, look. Oh no, threw it inside.
Here is Ollerin, a three, gets it to go! How many times did we see that last week for Victor Ollerin, player of the week?
Absolutely, what a hit that is. Again, like we said, when the Loddon Valley crowd is here and loud, he shows up even better. What a great hit from him. Again, interesting to see. I'm really interested to see what Coach Broadmoor says in this timeout. Samit chucked a bit of a challenge at him there, Coach Samit Nurizadeh, putting both Justin Hopkins and Ty Nazango inside. And now it's a bit of a tough matchup for them with Hopkins able to play inside and out.
Victor Ollerin, 30 points, 5 rebounds off the bench against Worthing in just 22 minutes on the court. 5 of 8 from downtown. He's hit his first one here tonight. And the Rockets, who shot 50% from the floor against Solent and 61% against Worthing, shooting a paltry 43% at the moment, but that's still pretty decent. But if you see Reading's performances from their first 2 games, it's actually their lowest shooting performance so far.
Wow. I mean, like we said, we've already seen so many big shots. We saw Mitch Clark's big one on the left from the corner. We just saw that huge 3 from Mattleman on the weak side as the ball was kicked out. So I thought they were shooting all right, John.
Well, they're still shooting pretty decent, 43%, 6 of 13 from downtown. This is actually their biggest lead of the game, the Rockets.
Yeah, from speaking to Coach Ricky Broadmoor before the game, we know he just wanted to see his team compete, embrace the opportunity to play an experienced side like this Reading group, and he just said he wants to be positive with them and just see what they can get out of it. And so far, he's done a great job.
Well, so far, yeah, Barking have been extremely competitive. They've been composed driving inside, and there was a perfect example of it as Amali Wilkinson showed no fear, saw a gap to the hoop, took full advantage, and now he will go to the line for 2. And a player with, he's a good experience for National League level, despite being so young. The product of the Newham Youngbloods. However, free throw shooting, not exactly his forte, 67% from the foul line last season. However, he does make the first.
Yeah, great change of pace on that last possession, just to get past the experienced Lewis champion. And like you said, it's always well getting to the line, but you've got to make them. And he does.
He does. Rims at Loddon Valley, not as springy as you would the traditional National League venues or venues across the country. And players do like taking advantage of them here at Loddon Valley. Chamberlain. And the extra pass wasn't expected by Ollerin. Shot clock down to 6. Reading got to get busy here as Pinnock puts up a 2. That's off the back iron and collected by Wilkinson. Again, here come Barking Abbey. Good defense there from Ullman, but Barking Abbey still have it. Obiara, 6 to shoot for Barking Abbey. Good defense from Ollerin on Conway. Puts up a 3, that's short. And Chamberlain picks up the loose ball. Ollerin. Chamberlain has it. Chamberlain, bit of a change of pace there. Ollerin in the corner. And Obiara the rebound. Already 4 rebounds for Lewis Obiara, the 7'2", number 14, and a foul has been called.
Yeah, a foul, but I thought some really good defense from Reese there, just in general. Being aggressive, tried to force Amali Wilkinson away from the pick and roll, which he did a really good job on, just got called for the foul. As the young Isaac Spurrier is going to enter the game now, one of the JMA Academy EABL players that did really well last year, now going into his 2nd year with the Academy.
Absolutely, and he saw early time as well last week against Worthing, and seeing it here again today, looking to get more minutes than last season, and certainly one that Samit Nurizadeh has his eye on, as a foul is called as Wilkinson drove to the hoop.
Yeah, looked like I think I heard Samit shout ice there, which was telling Isaac to get high above the screen, similar to what we just saw Reese Pinnock do a second ago, and try and get right above the defender, so his only choice is to drive away from the screen.
Sorry, it was Ian Titus Warari who is fouled. He'll go to the line and rattle in the first. Whilst lots of great action happening this season at Loddon Valley, not just the men's team, the women's team will be playing selected games here as well. The majority of them will be played at JMA, and of course the wheelchair team who get their season underway tomorrow in Manchester against the Revolution at Bellevue. First home game for them will be on December the 22nd, so still a while away. But the wheelchair team now in the Premier Division. And all their games will be played here at Loddon Valley. 7 to shoot for Barking Abbey here. As Akufu, or Wilkinson, drove to the hoop and lays it up and in off the lovely feed from Mabaya. Masangu. Spurrier driving. That's a block from Obiora. I thought that was a goaltend, but referee says that's a block, and a beautiful finish at the other end from Wilkinson.
Good patience here from Victor Ollerin. He's noticed that Rocket's just getting sped up a little bit, so calls an offense, but then goes to the rim himself anyway, and one!
Victor Ollerin driving to the hoop, three-point play opportunity for him. Now moves on to 5 points. Those group substitutions coming in for Barking Abbey. Obina Akufu comes in, as does Anomi Anwaru. As Obiara and Wilkinson head to the bench, and Victor Ollerin, last season with the Essex Rebels, now with the Reading Rockets, and what an impression he has made for the Berkshire side. And another backcourt violation from the officials as Akufu puts the moves on Spurrier. Good defense from Spurrier, but inside it goes, and Anyanwu with the finish.
Tyler Sangu just losing his matchup. He seemed a bit frustrated with himself there. Saw a really good job noticing that the Barking Abbey player was stuck on the baseline, but forgot to see his own matchup.
Ollerin doesn't respond for the three, and Conway couldn't hang on to that, and the ball will go out of bounds, and Reading will get possession. Long-time Reading fans, the Sainsbury family there, just nearly getting in the way of Ethan Conway as he was driving to the hoop. Timeout on the floor, and it's been a very scrappy second period, hasn't it? As Reading still hold the advantage. Biggest lead for them was 14 points. Barking Abbey, though, showing their resilience, their resolve, getting back into this.
Absolutely, but if I'm Coach Ricky Broadmoor, that's how I want the game to go. I want my younger team to be aggressive, playing fast in transition, trying to force turnovers from Rockets. That's what I want to see them do. Samit Irizade, he'll want to see a little bit more experience, a little bit more control. Barking have done a really good job so far at just forcing Reading out of their offense. You've seen a couple of times where they've just been forced into changing or forcing a 1v1, whereas down the other end, Rockets, I think, have actually done an okay job on the defensive end. They've tried to force Luis Obiara to dribble the ball as much as possible and limit the amount of times he's able to pass and then go into a cut or a screen. I think Reading have done a good job on that, but just in terms of the transition play from Barking or the 1v1s, they've done a good job of getting to the rim and making the right decision when they get there.
Right now, Mitch Clark leading the way for the Rockets. 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. Hasn't actually registered a field goal in this second quarter. He is now on the court and on the ball as Amari Wilkinson leads all scorers for Barking Abbey with 9. Both teams shooting around 42% from the floor in this second quarter, as Clark has it. Again, Barking, great hands, and another turnover. Reading now only their second turnover in the game so far, as a foul is called, an offensive foul. And Mitch Clark getting his body in the way, and Reading will have the ball.
That is something that Mitch Clark is so good at. I think he does at least 1 or 2 of those every game. So good at getting his body in the way, reading the drive, and forcing a change of possession.
Ian Titus Morari just going into the body of Mitch Clark, the Australian, now in his 2nd season with the Rockets. And when his team announcement came onto social media, Mitch Clark coming back, obviously a lot of happy Reading Rockets fans at the time. He was actually playing Summer League basketball back home in Australia when he was announced to return to Reading, and huge popular athlete, Mitch Clark.
Absolutely, thrilled to have him back. Such a good, talented player. Awesome to have him back in.
Led Reading in the 2 finals they went to last season, the National Cup and playoff final. Again, another turnover from the Rockets. And on the finish and the foul.
That is an excellent make from Kirby Maguire, who manages to steal the pass off his over the summer teammate at the Future Stars event, England under-18 teammates, Isaac Spurrier and Kirby Maguire. Manages to get the steal, and then Reece Pinnock doing the right thing, trying to make sure that he either got the ball or fouled him hard, but a really good make from Kirby Maguire. What
a way to get your first field goal as well, Kirby Maguire, who again, like teammates Adam Lukasiewicz, has only appeared last season in 3 games for Barking Abbey under James Veer, but now looking for a breakout season in NBL 2 South. As Chamberlain on the spin, doesn't score it though, and it's rebounded by Anuaru. And here is Akufu driving to the hoop, and Akufu will go to the foul line. Again, good offense from Barking Abbey, showing no fear, driving to the heart of the Reading Rockets defense and getting their shots from the line. This will be trips number 9 and 10 for them.
Absolutely, really good job on the defensive end from Barking Abbey. Forced Simon Chamberlain to turn down the handoff that he was trying to make in his offense, forced him into a 1v1. Good things happen for Barking as a result by blowing up that action. Also nice to see another academy youngster, George Clark, enter the game for Reading Rockets, going into his final year at the academy.
And news for Barking Abbey fans is Solent Kestrel's leading Worthing Thunder at the half, 51-44. So very important scoreline there for Barking Abbey, who have narrowed the gap to 3. Shot clock winding down to 8 for the Rockets. Here is Clark. Chamberlain at the top. Good defense, but a foul has been called. And Chamberlain will go to the line for 3 as Obina Akufu got the block, but was a bit too rambunctious there on the 3-point attempt.
Yeah, it's just the outcome they wanted by trying to get a block on the 3-point shot. But as you can see in the replay, he followed right through the middle. That's why whenever you close out, you always want to angle to the side if you're going to contest the shot. That's why you often see in like the NBA, you'll see a Steph Curry fake and the player will run by him rather than through him. So yeah, not the best closeout, but let's see.
The idea was there, wasn't it? But it was just the follow through, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. But let's see if he's got to make the 3 of them to make them count, make the foul count. You know, we're at the end of the quarter, so it's important that you make these if you're going to force a foul.
As you mentioned, George Clark coming into the game for the first time. The only Reading player who's not actually registered a point at Loddon Valley this season. He was the only player who didn't score last week against the Worthing Thunder. So hoping to get off the mark this season, then all 12 players will have registered at least a point for the Rockets as Chamberlain misses the first.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say George Clark's had fantastic development. He's done so well at JMA, and seeing his progression has been really awesome. Works incredibly hard on his game, so I would love to see him get his first point.
Great to have you all on board on the Basketball England YouTube channel. Of course, all Reading Rockets home games will be on this platform. As a timeout has been called, 21.3 seconds left on the game clock for the half, and another exciting year ahead for the Reading Rockets, of course, elevated by two huge wins last week against the Solent Kestrels and the Worthing Thunder, respectively. What are your thoughts, Charlie, going into the season for the Rockets? Of course, it's a very deep season, you know, as far as players go. A lot of ex-British Basketball League, now Super League players have joined the fold, most notably Justin Robinson, Mo Walker playing for the Thames Valley Cavaliers and Derby Trailblazers. But for Reading, what are your thoughts going into this season?
I am very lucky that I get to go to see the end of a couple of their practices after my own sessions, and I'm absolutely loving watching them train. They train hard. Coach Samit Arizade's got them doing some really awesome stuff and gets them playing so hard and aggressive. I think we've got a really exciting roster. A lot of Samit players, I would say. You've got a lot of tough characters in there. You can see by the score lines in their recent fixtures, they're definitely a team that can score the ball. But like you said, with the caliber of player that's currently in NBL Division 1, you need to be able to score a lot of points, because every team could score a lot of points.
Absolutely.
So, you know, really excited to see how the season goes. I'm really thrilled I'm going to get to be here at the Valley with Mr. John Hobbs to go through them.
Of course, Milton Keynes Breakers coach Billy Bedo Patel saying that this will be the deepest Division 1 season that he can remember. Of course, his team in Division 1 this season, promoted from Division 2 as Conway gives it up, and Wilkinson with the finish. Beautiful team basketball from Barking Abbey. Final seconds as Clark just about collects, puts it up, back iron it goes, and that ends the first half. And Barking Abbey only trail by 3. Reading led by as many as 14, but Barking have shrunk the lead down to 3, 41-38 at the half.
You have to give so much credit to Barking Abbey as a young team to go from, as you said, a 14-point deficit to reducing that to 3. And that is an excellent job from Coach Ricky Broadmoor to manage to help them get the ball down the other end and create a bucket. They only had 2 seconds left on the clock, Rockets. Mitch Clark did a good job of throwing it up. But excellent job from Coach Ricky Broadmoor and the team to manage to control the clock and get this game down to a 3-point difference as we go into the second half. What a surprise this has been for Barking, but we did say a team you can never count out.
Absolutely. Ricky Broadmoor was saying to us, well, mainly you, before the live stream started, that he wanted his team to go in with no fear, go in positive. That's what he wanted from his team, and they have been that indeed. They've been very aggressive, driving to the hoop. They've got their shots to drop, as Amali Wilkinson is the only player in double figures. He has 11 points to lead all scorers in this game. Mitch Clark has 8 points, all of them coming in the first quarter. It is half-time here at Loddon Valley. The kids are out and enjoying the basketball hoops here at Loddon Valley on the court right now. But for us, we will be back in around 13 to 14 minutes time. Don't go anywhere.
buying in. One thing that I will give him, sort of say as well, that happened was almost about the end of the first quarter. They were starting to go on a bit of a downward run, and he turned to me just in front and gave a thumbs up and said, "I'm all right with this." So whatever was happening, yeah, Rockets went on a run, but he stayed calm, he believed in them, he gave them something to do in his timeout, in his end of quarter talk, and they've come out, and I have to say, I think they've been really good. They've been tough, they've been relentless. Rockets have had some really good moments where they sped them up, they've gone on positive runs, but to have the resilience in such a young group, to stay after it, continue being aggressive, get after the rebounds, and shoot the ball with confidence, you've got to give them a lot of credit for that, especially as a young group.
Absolutely, and consistency also the key for Coach Samit Nurizade and his Reading Rockets team. There's been a few scrappy moments, it's got to be said, in that first half of play, but they're on top, that's the main thing, that's what he's happy with, but he just wants more aggression, more consistency from his team, especially from the field.
Absolutely, I bumped into one of his coaching staff, Jack Adams, who's sort of there as a young coach this year, learning from Samit and assistant coach Ben Fisher. Just bumped into him and said, you know, everything okay? He went, yeah, halftime team talk was good. Boys know what the game plan is second half. Said Samit Nurizade's got them on the straight and narrow now. So let's see how we come out. I'm really interested to see how this second half starts. Was it the pace, the aggressiveness of Barking Abbey, or are they staying level-headed? Are they staying calm and still playing the right way with the right energy? Or is Samit Nurizade got his team fixed up and sorted, and are they going to come out now and show their experience, show their technical skill set, and get after it, get those steals and force challenges and make passes, Barking make passes they don't want to make, get out in transition and get control on the offensive end. Let's see how we start.
Mitch Clark leading the way for Reading Rockets with 8 points. Justin Hopkins off the bench this week with 7 points to support him. Amali Wilkinson leading all scorers for Barking Abbey, 4 of 6 from the field for his 11 points. And Onmi Anyanwu with 7 as well for the visitors as we get set to start the third quarter. A party atmosphere on a Saturday night here at Loddon. It's not far away if you're in the car to the heart of Reading town centre. Of course, a popular nightlife destination, Reading. Charlie will disagree. I've not been out in around 20 odd years. I'm too old now, so. First of 5 Saturday night games here at the Valley for Reading before switching back to their Sunday afternoon games in 2025.
Experienced lineup back out for Rockets, 5 senior players. No Isaac Spurrier or George Clark at the moment. They've got 2 post threats, Justin Hopkins and Tyner Sanguin. So it'll be interesting to see, are they going to try and exploit a matchup early for Justin Hopkins to get an early inside look against a smaller Barking Abbey guard?
Well, 3 of their 5 starters are on the floor.
There it is, that's that matchup we were talking about just now.
Hopkins inside, no good. On the follow, and Sangu doesn't get the drop either. And Reading will reset.
Back to putting Lewis Obiora in ball screen action. Mitch Clark does exactly the right thing.
Inside and gets it to go.
Beautiful finish.
Exactly as you called it. Or near enough anyway.
Yes.
You'd never think you were a junior coach, would you? Here's Wilkinson. Conway driving at champion. Step back 2 from the elbow is money.
Great shot again. Rockets working so hard to score one end of the floor, and Barking managed to get a quick trigger down the other end.
Clark, champion. Been quiet so far, but champion with his first field goal of the third.
That'll feel good. Hitting a 3 early in the second half. What a way to get rhythm.
9 points for champion. A very quiet 9 points, it must be said as well. Obiara just about avoids the travel. Wilkinson with 3 Reading players in the air. No foul calls. Clark has it. Champion. Olerin, a 3. No good. That's off to the left. And here is Wilkinson. Conway, beautiful move and a foul. Ethan Conway. Incredible composure. High degree of difficulty flips it up and in.
That's a very tough make. Great use of spin on the ball. Now, Coach Ricky Broadmoor is absolutely adamant that should be an unsportsmanlike foul. What he's asking the ref for here is he'll be saying, look, he's not made any play on the ball. He's not had any intentions to try and make a normal foul, and he's pulled his shirt. The replay might have agreed with him there. He's really not happy. The ref has given an explanation. I can't hear it, but we'll see.
Really going at Adam Lukasevicius as he heads to the bench. Ricky Broadmoor, as referee Harvey West was explaining why that wasn't an unsportsmanlike foul, but one of the plays of the game, it must be said, from young Ethan Conway. It's actually 5th in Barking Abbey for points last season in NBL Division 1, at 7.4 a game, looking to really break out in Division 2 South this season, and fouls Mitch Clark at mid-court.
Let's see here. I've noticed we've still got Amadi Wilkinson defending Justin Hopkins here. He's tried to play him inside 1v1 pretty much every time this matchup has happened. So let's see if they maybe look to exploit that again. Rockets already similar to the last quarter. Every time Luis Obiora catches the ball at the top of the three-point line, they're trying to switch every off-ball action to try and force him into playing Taina Sangu 1v1 from the top of the three.
Well, Barking Abbey have not had the lead since the early stages of the first quarter, but my goodness me, they're threatening at the moment. And here's that same play that you called again. Hopkins travelled with it. Good defense from Amali Wilkinson. As Charlie Haynes celebrating as if Arsenal won the Premier League.
Oh, don't do that to me, please. Please, no Odegaard as well. Different game, my bad.
Man City Arsenal tomorrow will be something else.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, back to the basketball. Here is Wilkinson.
Yeah, that's right, back to the basketball.
Conway in the corner, that's short. And the Sangu snatches it off Obiara. That's rebound number 8 for Taina Sangu. Clark loses the ball. And Obiara nearly loses the ball and does to Olorin. Again, scrappy sequence of play from both teams. Clark. Inside it goes. Hopkins doesn't get it. Ball batted out of bounds. It will stay with the Rockets.
Mitch Clark is absolutely furious he didn't get a call in the last place. Sami Nurizade backing him up too. I think, I have to say, I think I might agree on that.
Well, the referees are letting a lot go, aren't they? They've let a lot go since the opening tip, to be honest. They've let these two teams go at it.
As the game gets heated towards the end, we'll start to see a few more challenges. Oh, here we go. Guest entry here, John Hobbs, from Joe McKinnon, one of a new JMA Academy prospects in his first year. He's joined us from Plymouth.
I hate to say it, that's not the first time he's been on the court, so someone's been paying attention, clearly.
Well, yeah. I also just wanted to give Plymouth a little shout out as well, so, you know, any excuse.
You had all game to do that.
I know, but it was a perfect opportunity.
Here is Olorin. Shot clock down to 10 for the Rockets. Inside Clark, free throw line jumper is money. Here is Obiara. Wilkinson looked to cut, stopped, and a turnover. Here is Clark. Olorin. Here is Champion. Putting the moves on Wilkinson. Gets round the screen. Here is Hopkins. Hopkins in the corner. Doesn't go in and out. And it's rebounded by Rawari. And here he goes to the hoop. He and Titus Rawari to Obiara. Hit one earlier. That was the first play for Barking Abbey, but misses everything with that attempt.
But I love that he has the license to shoot that as a young, long athlete. If he can start making those as well, he's in the first half, could be good for him.
As Champion misses the 3 from the wing. Here is Conway. Behind the back, Warari. Nice footwork and body control. Doesn't get the shot to go, though, off the back iron from around 5 foot.
Back into that 1v1 matchup.
Here is Hopkins on the spin, scores.
Great finish. That'll be the easiest version of basketball. You bring the ball up the floor. Where's the first advantage? There it is. You don't need any plays. Attack the mismatch.
Rabina Akufu and Adam Lusevicius will check in momentarily. Nice pass from Wilkinson. And the floater is no good from Mabaya. But the ball goes out of bounds again. Good play from Barking Abbey, getting after it. As Coach Broadmoor said, consistency is key for them right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Rockets starting to play a little bit more of a simple version of basketball. They're getting quicker to their ball screen actions. They're getting quicker to throwing the ball inside. So let's see what Barking's solution is. They've had a few quick trigger plays. They're still touching the paint early in their offense. So let's see what they go to here.
Wilkinson, Conway, turns, fires, misses.
And he can definitely make that shot.
He can, absolutely. Clark with the rebound, hounded by Wilkinson, and another foul has been called as the physicality in defense from Barking Abbey intensifies. But at the moment, they're getting fouls called. That's their second team foul of the third period. 5:37 remaining in the third. Reese Pinnock checks back in.
A very small lineup here for Barking Abbey. So I expect to see maybe an inside pass very soon to Tyner Sangu.
Clark driving to the hoop, but was collared by two Barking Abbey players, and I think that'll be on Wilkinson for Barking Abbey, and that is his fourth foul. So a big foul for Amali Wilkinson. 4 fouls, really now has to be careful.
Ricky Broadmoor's just realised trying to get a sub in as quick as he can.
As Ian Titus Warari will check in just a second. Barking Abbey come up with it, turnover. And the ball goes out. Oh no, it doesn't go out of bounds. I think foul has been called, an offensive foul. Mitch Clark at the heart of it again, as Kirby Mabaya is the guilty party this time, and Ian Titus Warari will check in, and Amali Wilkinson will head to the bench, and no doubt he'll probably be on the bench for a lengthy period of time, Charlie.
Yes, I imagine so. He's someone that you can see Ricky Broadmoor really trusts, and started him at the one early. He's had him pick up full court. He's having him play, bring the ball up against experienced veteran players. So, yeah, I imagine they'll be saving him until the fourth quarter now. Absolutely
a big loss for Barking Abbey. 19 points, 9 rebounds in the win over Solent. Shot 50% from the floor against Worthing last Saturday. Pinnock driving inside to Nsangu, but Wawari gets his hands free, and Nsangu, ball batted around again, and Nsangu whacks the floor hard. Again, Reading won an unsportsmanlike foul. That'll be on Wawari.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what actually happened there. I'm not too sure. Refs having a conversation about it.
No unsportsmanlike foul called, just a regular foul as Tyner Sangu will go to the foul line. Second foul on Ian Titus Wawari.
Probably the right call as well. Don't think there was any ill intent there, and don't think there was too much intention.
Tyner Sangu, not a very good free throw shooter. He was actually 47% from the foul line last season for London Elite, but certainly been improving his free throw release. He was 5 of 5 against Worthing last Sunday, but at the moment is 0 for 2 from the stripe tonight.
Yeah, he's doing a great job of getting in the right place at the right time. He's setting good screens. He's done an okay job on the defensive end as well. He's starting to really show off his hustle in the last few minutes. Be nice just to see him finish his breakfast and put the ball in the basket.
And speaking of breakfast, well, speaking of food,
I knew this was coming.
It's a tradition here at Reading, isn't it, where you get a free hot dog. Where's my hot dog? Why does Matt come over, smile at me, give you the hot dog, and then walk off?
Hold on, I think the smile from Matt's quite nice, actually.
Well, gosh.
You know what I mean, I'd rather the hot dog, but...
How is this possible?
Well, I'll let you know how it tastes at the end, don't worry.
Oh, God. And there's no mustard on it. You're
absolutely not.
You're already failing. Here is Clark. Cross-court pass to Pinnock. Drives baseline. Masangu wasn't expecting the pass.
Great pass from Reece Pinnock.
And Wawari, again, one pass too many, you'd feel, for Barking Abbey. Wawari could have gone straight to the hoop. He had the open lane. And Reading get a breather. Eighth turnover for Reading.
Barking are still picking up full court, but already in team fouls. So this is where someone like the experienced Mitch Clark normally manages to throw his head back every now and again and force someone in a bit more foul trouble, get 2 shots at the line.
Reading with only 1 team foul at the moment as Clark inside it goes to Hopkins, misses the 2, gets his own rebound and puts it in, and a foul.
I thought there might have been a foul in the first one. That second one, I thought he did a good job on the defensive end, but hey, as a Rocket, can't complain.
Justin Hopkins going to the line for the Rockets. He now moves on to 11 points. Mitch Clark leads the way with 12 at the moment. And as you see on the replay, Justin Hopkins, that much-needed physical presence for the Rockets this season. As Justin Hopkins makes the three-point play.
So Rockets only with the 1 foul. Expect them to be very aggressive here. Sam Arizado won't mind giving a foul if it gives them an advantage.
And a 12th turnover now for the Rockets. And make that turnover number 9 for Reading now. As Barking Abbey committed their 12th turnover in a very scrappy sequence of play.
Absolutely, but good defense from Rockets. They're trying to, again, blow up every action. They're trying to force as much 1v1 play as possible, not allowing any player to have an easy catch. Lots of switching going on between the guards. So here, probably no switch.
Wawari. Here is Mabaya. Driving inside, a wild floater whacks the backboard. Clark comes up with it. And here is Pinnock. Reading looking to break in transition, and a foul has been called as Nyawu did get a little bit of the ball, but got more of the hand. As Reece Pinnock will go to the line.
I think experience is really starting to show here. This is what we were expecting probably more in the first half. Rockets have come out, good mindset, really disciplined. They've had some good offense, they've kept it really simple. And on the defensive end now, I think you can see they're really starting to turn it up. And it's becoming very hard for Barking to score or even get a paint touch. Whereas in the first half, they had a lot of success getting to the paint quite quickly into the offense. Only 5 points for them in this quarter so far.
Well, Reading now back to the line. Reece Pinnock actually took the 2nd most free throw attempts for the Rockets last season. 67 attempts at the foul line for him. I'll give you 2 guesses as who was number 1. Clue, he's Australian. Mitch Clark with 96 attempts at the foul line last season. Reading lead by 12. 3:20 remaining in the 3rd, and a foul has been called. Only the 2nd team foul for the Rockets in this quarter. And a 3rd foul on Reece Pinnock.
But you may have noticed straight away Samuel Arizado clapping the foul. Why? Because they've only got 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter and they've only had 1 team foul. So that foul just results in a sideline ball and another chance for Rockets to defend the next possession.
Of course, Barking Abbey in the penalty here. Lucas Savicius, Wawari, 8 to shoot for Barking Abbey. The extra pass and going inside, no good, with authority that layup from Obina Akufu. Knew instantly what he wanted to do and looked for the explosion to the hoop.
Absolutely.
And Akufu will go to the line.
If you're going to go hard.
Another Great Britain under-16 international, product of the popular Haringey Hawks program in London. Misses the first. This is something we see a lot at Barking Abbey. We know that a lot of youngsters come out of Barking Abbey, of course, a giant in the EABL league. And competing in Division 2 South this year, a team made up predominantly of under-19 players. There's a few 16-year-olds as well in that team.
Absolutely. Barking Abbey, like you said, a force of EABL regularly each season, season after season, always get new, fresh talent. So much talent available in London as well. And obviously, Barking Abbey being based there, see talent such as what we're seeing today. Kirby Mabino, the coaching against him when he was at Enfield Scorpions as a junior.
Gets his own rebound off his miss as well. Lucas Vicious with it. Akufin. Shot clock winding down as Mabaya puts up a wild three. That wasn't actually too far off. Here is Pinnock. It's been a scrappy third quarter, kind of a tale of this game. Been very physical, but Reading do have the advantage as Clark misses the two and fights for his own rebound and collects it, and Reading will slow it down. Clark, nice pass, but Nsangu again. Another occasion where Nsangu was prepared but couldn't hang on to the ball.
And a great offense from Rockets, I thought there. Great pace, but everything structured and controlled. Ball moves side to side. Mitch Clark gets to the danger zone. They reset and get a really good look. Ty Nsangu probably needed to finish that off.
Warari drives to the hoop, turnaround jumper, wild. Nsangu the rebound. Nsangu now with rebound number 12 in this game. Still only has 2 points, mind you, as Clark goes to the hoop. Will they count that as a three-point play? They will not. No continuation of play, and that's something that you have your head in your hands with.
I am really surprised he's called that on the floor. I thought he picked that ball up from about the free throw line. Although, okay, the basket didn't count, but at least he still gets 2 shots for the team fouls, and that's what we were talking about earlier. Barking already on team fouls from about the 5-minute mark. So now, okay, they've called it on the floor, but he still gets 2 shots. Although I would say, having seen the replay, I still think that should be basket good.
Isaac Spiria and Simon Chamberlain come in. Justin Hopkins and Ty Nsangu come out. As Mitch Clark, who took the most free throws for Reading last season, just under 100 and 96 in total, will go to the line, make the first. He's now 3 of 4 from the stripe. And Clark makes them both. Mitch Clark, a 76% free throw shooter last season, and gets the steal. And gets the finish. Beautiful court awareness, anticipating exactly what Kirby Mabaya was going to do. Got the steal and the score. Conway. 59-43 to the Rockets, and a foul is called. Isaac Spiria. And that's 14 fouls, and like you said earlier, Samit Nurazade applauding the foul, stopping the clock. It's only 14 fouls for the Rockets.
Absolutely. You'd rather a sideline ball than 2 shots at the line, and still a minute and a half left, and they've only scored 5 points in this quarter, Barking Abbey.
Absolutely. We're nearing 90 seconds left in this third quarter. A 16-5 third period for Reading. As the finish there from Warari. Nice turnaround jumper. Chamberlain, nice pass inside Pinnock, the up and under and the finish. That was pretty.
Felt like I was watching the Harlem Globetrotters on that one. What a finish from Reece Pinnock.
And inside it goes from Barking Abbey. Lucas Vicious looking to respond in kind, but doesn't from the corner. Reading now leading by 16. Clark driving, the extra pass. Pinnock, shot clock down to 8. Pinnock dancing inside. Chamberlain, no good. On the follow, though, was Clark.
Mitch Clark is coming into his own. Absolutely gone off in the third quarter. What a performance from him in the second half. As Rockets bet the breakaway with just 23 seconds left.
The lob, but That was a bit too confident from Reading. Away come Barking Abbey. Shot clock is off, final 10 seconds of the third. Only 7 points scored from Barking Abbey in this period. Conway, wild shot, doesn't go, it's off left. Spiria rebounds, and that'll do the third period of play. And Reading, they only led by 3 at the half, but my goodness me, a 20-7 third period has broken this game open. They lead 63-45.
Yeah, absolutely. Barking Abbey probably maybe could have looked to have called a timeout earlier in that quarter. They were struggling to score pretty much the whole way through, so maybe something that Coach Broadmoor could have considered after doing such a great job with the boys in the first half. Maybe could have just tried to stop the run of Rockets. He's just let them get a little bit far ahead. I think this is probably a bit out of reach, but as we said, you can never count Barking out. But it's quite a tough one to come back from an 18-point deficit when the most you've scored in a quarter is 20.
And Mitch Clark now leading all scorers with 18 points. 8 points of those 18 coming in the third quarter. A great performance, like you said, towards the end of the period from him.
Absolutely. Turning a lot of transition opportunities into just rhythm play, then getting lots of steals at defense end, getting a lot of rebounds, getting out in transition, and not necessarily taking the first opportunity they get to score. If they get an easy opportunity, whether it's a corner three or a layup, they'll take it. If not, they keep the ball moving, they reset the offense. A lot better in that third quarter, I thought, showing their experience, showing their control. I think Reading's done a great job switching all guard actions. Barking starting to go away from their little to big actions, which was giving them a lot of success in the first half. So interested to see if that's maybe a focus of Barking in this fourth quarter.
Marley Wilkinson leading Barking Abbey with 11 points, but has been sidelined due to foul trouble. He picked up his 4th foul early in the third period. He will remain on the bench to start the fourth, as it's party time here at Loddon Valley. Lots of fans on their feet. They're dancing the night away on a Saturday night in Loddon Valley, but for Barking Abbey, they're far from happy with how the third period has gone, as Coach Broadmoor, who preached consistency, didn't see that in the third period.
No, not so much. Like I said, I think a reset may have helped them just maybe halfway through that quarter, but he's had a chance to reset them now. Let's see what they come up with.
Warari, here is Obiara back into the game. Conway inside. Nice turn and misses the 2, gets his own rebound, and Lewis Obiara will go to the foul line. You can see a little bit of inexperience there from the man who's only been playing basketball, as you said, for around 15, 16 months, as he was right almost eye level with the hoop, but didn't get the shot to fall.
Absolutely, but good job from him of staying up and being aggressive. I think he might have got away with a little bit of a travel there, but
I was going to say good footwork, I was.
It was after the travel.
Still, for someone who's only been playing for just over a year, has progressed leaps and bounds as the 7'2" Lewis Obiara, and sky's the limit for the young man as he misses the first and makes the second.
Speaking to some of the Barking coaches, Lauren Milligan and the like, they've made quite a point of him being such an extremely coachable young man, and I think you can really see that come through. Adam Coxon, another JMA athlete, he's come in for a third year at John Majacy Academy, now entered the game to start this quarter, and great inside
and
pass.
There he is Spiria on the find, misses the 2 inside. Here is Chamberlain. Adam Coxon, a former Myers co-junior. Inside, Olerin, wild layup attempt, misses everything. Lugachivas will come with the rebound as Obiara, that was asking too much of him. As Chamberlain picks it up. Olerin. Matt Ullman back into the game for the Rockets. Chamberlain going at Obiara, and the free-throw line jumper is money.
You can see Ricky Broadmoor can wait no longer. Marley Wilkinson about to come into the game. Probably just trying to get some control on the offensive end. They ran a good play to start the quarter, but you can see now it's a lot of 1v1 for Barking.
Off the glass and good from Ethan Conway. as Rockets lead 65-48, nearing the 2-minute mark played in this final quarter. Chamberlain, nice pass inside, Spurrier the finish.
Great finish from young Isaac Spurrier. That would feel good to get another 2 points to his name in Division 1.
As said, George Clark's the only Rockets player that's not registered a point so far this season at Loddon Valley. Beautiful move from Conway, up and under layup. Little drop of the shoulder and finish.
Play called here by Victor Ollerin as Rockets go to their ball screen continuity.
Spurrier, Ullman. 10 on the shot clock for the Rockets. Chamberlain backing down Conway. Turnaround jumper, no good. And Lukachivas with rebound number 3 for him. Wawari. Backing down Ullman, no fear, and he'll go to the foul line.
Yeah, interesting Barking Abbey looking to start play the inside game a little bit more as the young man himself, as you just mentioned, George Clark enters the game along with Marley Wilkinson.
So yeah, Marley Wilkinson checking in. Adam Lukachivas coming out. George Clark coming back in for the Rockets as Isaac Spurrier heads to the bench. Barking Abbey now 10 of 17 from the foul line. They were 7 of 28 in their win over Solent last week. A team that have struggled from the foul line in recent years, as Wawari misses them both. But they get the ball back, and a dunk attempt was blocked by Chamberlain, but there was some contact there.
As someone who has shared an office with Salman Irazad, I can tell you he hates giving up offensive rebounds on free throws, so that's another one there. So again, like we said earlier, you give up a foul, you give 2 free throws, and now they've had a second time in the game where they've given up a foul after giving up an offensive rebound on one of those.
And Abina Akufu will head back to the line for Barking Abbey. Trips number 5 and 6 for him as he makes the first. He's now 3 of 5 from the stripe. As Barking Abbey, who trailed by 14, as many as 14 in the first half, got it back down to 3. They've trailed by as many as 19 as they look to eat away at Reading's advantage. They're slowly doing it again, but now for Reading it's a chance for them to close out as Coxon nearly travelled with it. Ullman, Clark, extra pass, good block. Ollerin gets it back though. His floater is no good, and away come Barking Abbey again. Another stop for them. Conway dancing to the hoop, gets it to go.
Barking on a good little run here.
Gap is now down to 13.
Just want to keep chipping away at this. Like we said, it's a big gap to try and come back from, but they're doing a good job so far.
Chamberlain will go to the foul line as 2 Barking Abbey players all over him. That'll be a foul on Ethan Conway. And that'll be Conway's second foul as Lewis Champion will check back into the game. And Victor Ollerin will take a seat. Victor Ollerin with just 6 points tonight. 2 of 9 shooting. As Simon Chamberlain makes the first, and a first-year product for the Reading Rockets, coming out of Toronto, Canada.
Yeah, he's done a really good job so far for Reading. It's interesting to he's made some really good reads on his ball screen continuity, looking to turn the corner as often as possible, which is what gave him these 2 free throws on this occasion.
And Wilkinson on the ball, Coxon on him. Wilkinson on 4 fouls. Conway battling with Champion. Obiara. Clark all over him. Conway, a three, gets it to go. And again, Barking Abbey, a good spell. Timeout, Coach Nurizadeh. Barking Abbey feeling it here.
Absolutely, that is just the response you want. They've had a really tough third quarter. And Rockets here just seem to have taken their foot off the gas, lost a little bit of discipline on the offensive end. I think it's noticeable, personally, that Mitch Clark hasn't been in the game. I think a guard play's just been a little bit sped up. And Barking doing a good job now. As we said earlier, they've looked to put the ball inside and play in to out. For example, this last three, they put the ball inside. Rockets have to collapse because of the threat of Luis Oboyar, especially against the young George Clark. Kicks the ball back out, splashed corner three for Barking Abbey. So let's see what kind of lineup Sara Nurizadeh puts in. It looks like Mitch Clark is still going to be on the bench because you can just see him stood up in the timeout, which is normally a little clue. However, we've also got Luis Oboyar standing up on the Barking side, so it'll be interesting to see if they continue to have him in and look to go into out.
12-point game. Barking Abbey trailed by as many as 19. Ethan Conway, that's actually his first three-pointer of this game. He was 0 for 5 before that triple. And what a time to get it. 6:12 remaining, and Barking Abbey have reduced the deficit to 12 and can reduce it to as little as 9 if they get another stop.
As you said, he was 0 of 5, but still he's managed to get 18 points in this game so far, which is a big credit to him against a team that's got a lot more experience. So he's doing a great job, young Ethan Conway.
Chamberlain dances his way inside, doesn't get the fall. It's rebounded by Kirby Mabaya. Here is Akufu.
Oh, missed a wide open corner three. Ethan Conway was begging for the ball there.
Wilkinson, 9 to shoot for Barking Abbey. Shot clock winding down. Obiara couldn't hang on, and Champion has it. Here is Ullman. It's one-on-one. Ullman goes glass, doesn't go, and Obiara with the rebound. And again, here come Barking Abbey breaking away. The finish on the follow from Akufu with authority.
What a statement Barking have made out of the Reading Rockets timeout, continuing to narrow the lead. I said 18 points was too much. I take it back.
Layup attempt from Conway, no good. Akufu with authority smacks it down. And it's a 10-point game.
2 youngsters in the game for Reading now. I wonder how much longer that may last.
Inside it goes, it's missed from Ullman. And Barking Abbey, a whistle has gone. .4:55 remaining in the fourth period. Oh, big results down on the south coast as the Solent Kestrels have convincingly beaten the Worthing Thunder. Division 2 side Solent Kestrels beating Division 1 side Worthing Thunder 115 to 94. So Solent will want Reading to win over Barking Abbey. That could actually qualify them to the next phase of the Kitking Trophy.
Oh. There you go. Well, Barking doing everything in their power to prevent that from happening. Interesting, the foul count has completely switched from what it was last quarter. Now Barking with fouls the kid, and Reading have to be really disciplined on the defensive end. And there's 2 shots at the line.
And there, straight away, Reading now in the penalty. And the Barking Abbey players and assistant coaches applauding as one. They're going to get free throws now for the next 4 minutes, 51 seconds. Ethan Conway, who is a 67% foul shooter last season, will head to the foul line.
I do wonder how much longer it will be before maybe we see another more experienced player enter this game for Reading Rockets. Sara Nurizadeh, though, always puts a lot of trust into his team. You can see that. He's got Adam Coxon, George Clark in the game. He's got Isaac Spurrier about to check in, sat at the table. So a lot of trust in his younger guys who do a great job for the JMA Academy.
Taina Sangu will also check in momentarily for the Rockets alongside Spurrier. as Conway makes the free throw, splits them, and it's now a 9-point game. As group substitutions, Victor Ollerin will come in as well, as Chamberlain, Clark and Coxon head to the bench. A little bit more experience now on the floor for Reading.
Yeah, that's where players right now, such as Lewis Champion, are so key.
But Champion loses the ball, but he still gets it back. Barking Abbey players not sure about that. Almost looked like Champion had lost the handle.
See what they've got planned here out the side, out of bounds.
Champion, probably the most experienced player on the floor, nearly mispasses it to Ollerin, who collects and puts in a three.
That is a big, big shot for Reading. Barking already big, down big at the start of the quarter. They've done so well to claw it back. They do not want to make this deficit any bigger by giving up such big opportunities for Reading, such as a wide open three for the recently checked in Victor Ollerin.
And it's now a 12-point lead for the Rockets. Coach Broadmoor taking a timeout. And a good spell for Barking, evaporated with that three from Victor Ollerin, who actually lost the ball. It was a poor pass from Champion. Ollerin collected it, dusted the ball off, got the three up, and got it in.
Absolutely, absolutely. Big, big hit, big shot, sorry, from Victor Ollerin. And again, we spoke, as younger lineup, but those experienced players, that's where they come in. He's looked to attack off the dribble, lost his handle, regathered it, realised how open he was and still drained the three despite not having a clean catch. Great hit from Victor Ollerin. And now Barking having to come up with some more solutions to try and once again narrow the deficit.
Well, the regular season starts next week, and it is also the start of our NBL Live season, as our cameras will head to Bristol as the WNBL 1 season commences on the 28th. Bristol Flyers against Angela Ruskin is the first WNBL Live game. Of course, Bristol Flyers currently in Northern Ireland preparing for the season ahead. Should be a fascinating encounter down in the southwest to kick off the WNBL Live season. First NBL Live game will be the Essex Rebels against the Nottingham Hoods in October. Stay tuned for more details on that, as Barking Abbey reduced the deficit to 10. Here is Champion. Nice pass inside Spurrier with the easy layup. Beautiful find though from Champion.
Absolutely, Lewis Champion getting it done both ends of the floor. Excellent defense down the other end. Then creates a great opportunity for Isaac Spurrier. Loose pass.
Good look from Obiara, and the lay-in from the Sangu. It was a good find from Obiara, just a bit of a miscommunication as Wilkinson had his back to the ball.
Absolutely, and he was wide open going to the rim. The pass was the right decision. He just couldn't throw it because he wasn't having anyone looking at him.
Conway loses the handle, has to give it up. 9 to shoot for Barking Abbey. A little bit all over the place with this offense. Wilkinson drives, pretty layup. High degree of difficulty, but he gets it to go.
That is an excellent finish from Amali Wilkinson.
Ollerin at the other end, he is fouled as Obiara with the big block to avoid the three-point play.
It's been a few times recently Barking Abbey have not quite been able to get into their offense and ended up going guard to guard with actions, getting a smaller player to screen another smaller player with the ball. And it's not given them a lot of success so far, as that's where Rockets are strongest, switching amongst their guards. So be interested to see again, as we said earlier, if they'll look to either go back inside or get the big fellas starting to set some more ball screens.
Victor Ollerin will head to the line for the Rockets. And he makes the first. And the lead now up to 14. 3:14 remaining in this game. And for all the threats Barking Abbey have thrown at Reading, Reading have just about withstood the pressure and are now starting to break away again.
Yeah. Good timeout earlier from Tony Rosade. Barking did manage to come out hot, but they have, like you said, managed to regain the lead despite having some younger players in the game who are starting to have a bigger impact.
Another turnover. Ollerin a little bit out of control, and he still has the ball, actually. Spurrier, and here is Champion, who wants to slow it down. Ullman breezes past Wilkinson, doesn't get it to fall. Nsangu and Mabaya fighting for it, and the ball has gone out of bounds. Referee's not sure where that's going. It's going to go to Reading. And Kirby Mabaya will head to the bench, and Adam Lukashevicius will come back in for BA.
Justin Hopkins also just entering the game for Rockets again, but always be interested to see if they look to put him in the post early. He's showed some good skill set in there so far. Champion.
Nice defense, nice hands there from Akufu. Lukashevicius couldn't quite hang on to the pass as there are bodies on the floor. And the possession arrow is going the way of the Rockets with 2:29 remaining, and time now started to become a factor, and it's starting to turn more towards Reading.
Absolutely, you'd expect them to probably start having longer possessions. Reading will take an easy layup if they can get one early in the shot clock, but you won't see them take any rush threes now. They want to make the game as each possession last as long as possible. How long can they make Barking have to work for each shot, and how hard can they make Barking defend for a certain period of time? They're not going to want to get anything too quick.
Well, Reading looking good value to top Group 1 with a 3-0 record right now. Barking Abbey, certainly one of the teams in a very close Group 1 now that Solent have beaten Worthing in that 1 and 2 pile, and seeing where the tiebreaker lands. Of course, my quick maths is not very good, as Conway with the quick hands himself.
That's a trouble.
Loses the ball, and a scrappy sequence with the ball becoming a bit of a hot potato. As Champion very slow to get up, walking very gingerly. No doubt he's got a lot of toughness. He'll run that off.
Yep, Simon Ozale walked onto the court to help him, so he's going to have to be subbed now. But did make a valid point. If you slide on the floor with the ball, is
absolutely
fast as a travel.
And Ben Fisher, who was a commentator last season, now kind of promoted, you could say, to assistant coach. He pretty much always was anyway. Has now become a floor wiper as well.
Absolutely.
We talk about Ricky Broadmoor and him being in every job available at Barking Abbey. It's pretty much the same story for Ben Fisher when it comes to the Reading Rockets, isn't it?
That's just what I was about to say. He's an excellent junior coach, but also doing a great job with the men's team. He's absolutely loving being with them. You can see the impact he's had on the game so far. Lots of little comments, giving them little solutions, always in Samet's ear. So, yeah, great commentator, but also a very, very, very good coach.
Did actually ask him, does he miss being next to me on the commentary booth? He didn't answer. He just smiled and walked away.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway.
Did he get hot dogs?
Awkward.
No, you got to love them. Does so much for the Rockets club. Not only is he here assisting, but he also comes here early and helps with all the game day setup. He does so much for the junior club, whether that's fixtures, coaching, head of youth, helps myself and Josh Thorne as head of our boys and girls. So, no, he's a fantastic person that helps us keep ticking over.
Absolutely, and you speak about a guy that helps out with the club. It's a big, big shout out as well to the volunteers of the Reading Rockets. A Saturday night game is always attractive, especially at 8:45. But Reading had to start setting up this venue at 5:30. So it was very difficult to get everything set up, including the live stream as well, in just under 2 hours. So a big, big thank you to all the volunteers who helped out here tonight, as Olerin dances his way to the hoop, doesn't get it to fall. On the follow, Nsangu.
That's excellent from Ty Nsangu. That's just what Samin Hirazade wants from. Get after it and then finish it off.
And with now less than 2 minutes remaining and a 15-point lead, Conway, though, goes for 3. That's short. And that'll fall out of bounds. And you have to say now, with just around 90 seconds remaining, that could be that. It's been a brave fight from Barking Abbey, but that 23-7 third quarter their undoing.
Yeah, and I think, like we said earlier, Coach Ricky Broadmoor's got so much to be pleased about here. They won the second quarter against Rockets. They had a tough third, currently winning the fourth quarter. If you'd have told him before the game you're going to win 2 quarters in this one, then I think he'd be pretty happy with it. He seems pretty positive. Lots of good stuff going for them. Wondering what Samit Irazade might be saying in his timeout at the moment. He's got about, is it 1 minute and 39 left to play with, so probably be looking to either maybe try out an offense, maybe look for a read, get the youngsters in and see what their understanding of the offense is like, or maybe just try something a bit different on defense as he prepares for whatever games are coming up next.
Well, no doubt this has been Reading's toughest test so far in this very early part of the season. Only 3 games played, 2 weeks in, but certainly Barking Abbey have provided the sternest test for this Rockets team. No doubt there'll be tougher tests to come. And it starts on October 5th, their NBL 1 season at home, when they take on the Thames Valley Cavaliers here at Loddon Valley. What a game that'll be. But lots to be proud of for Barking Abbey tonight. Still have a chance of being in the next phase of the Kitking Trophy.
Barking Abbey here showing 2-3 zone.
Spiria inside to Nasangu.
Now they've gone to a man-to-man, so they've switched, trying to cause a bit of chaos for the offense.
Shot clock winding down as Olerin at the top for 3 off the back iron. Spiria and Hopkins were fighting for it, and Barking Abbey pick up the loose change. Here is Wilkinson, who's done very well to stay on the floor. Inside, and the near facial from Akufu on the Sangu was rimmed out. But Akufu will go to the line as Taina Sangu nearly became part of a screensaver.
Yes, that young man has some bounce. We have seen that already once today. He can certainly get up there. Interesting to see what Rockets might come up with as a solution to the 2-3 zone that Coach Ricky Broadmoor has got his youngsters coming out in.
Big thank you to everyone who has joined in with the Basketball England live stream here tonight. It's been great to have you all on board. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the BE channel. Of course, NBL Live, WNBL Live coming your way this season. National Cup, Kitking Final and Playoff Finals weekend, as well as the Junior Final Fours weekend, will be all on this channel. Of course, as well, don't forget to subscribe to the Reading Rockets YouTube channel and follow them on all social media platforms. Rockets Reading. Lots of great content as we enter the final minutes of this game, and a great win, very hard-fought win for the Rockets today, as Spiria has it. And bodies on the floor as Olerin heads to the floor right in front of Ricky Broadmoor, and is helped up by him and Isaac Spiria, but bit of a wet patch on the floor.
Oh, this might be my Plymouth shout-out time as another Plymouthian comes over to
go on, I'll let you have this moment.
Yes! Young Nick Dent, another one of Joe McKinnon's former teammates at Plymouth Basketball Club, comes in to solve the wet patch that we have on the floor at the minute, but another young, promising young man who's had a great start to JMA life.
Of course, so many great basketball clubs in the Southwest, predominantly in Plymouth. Of course, it's a great shame that we won't have the Plymouth City Patriots in the Super League this season, the Plymouth Raiders in the National Basketball League. Of course, a great basketball tradition, the Plymouth Raiders, dating back as far as the late 90s. Dating back even further than that, actually, as well. As George Clark will check into the game. 40 seconds plus 5/10 left.
Every 10th counts.
And yeah, exactly.
He'll take it. He'll take the .5.
All it takes is a second to get your first point of the season at Loddon Valley.
Come on, George.
Wilkinson, beautiful change of pace and the finish along the baseline. As it's a 2-on-1 situation, academic really, as Reading have got this sewn up. Here is Clark. Hopkins finds Coxon. And Coxon misses the handle and ball goes out of bounds. Reading will keep the ball though. Shot clock at 9, 14.2 seconds remaining.
Into ball screen action here as the clock runs down.
Olerin dancing his way to the hoop. Coxon, a three from the corner, misses everything, and Clark couldn't hold on to the ball, so a shot clock violation, and George Clark will have to wait another week or so before he gets his, hopefully gets his first point at Loddon Valley this season. He'll get there. We know he will. Very promising young JMA student, George Clark. Shot clock has been turned off. It's been a great fight from Barking Abbey, but Reading prevail. 79-66, no doubt about it. This has been Reading's toughest test in the Kitking Trophy Group 1 phase. But they have come away with a 79-66 win as Coach Broadmoor and Ben Fisher embrace at mid-court. Mitch Clark, the high man, 18 points. Justin Hopkins with 12. 38% from the field though, Reading, in this one. They have struggled from the floor. Ethan Conway leading all scorers with 21 points for Barking Abbey. They fared a little better from the field, but it is defeat for them. But Coach Broadmoor will be quite happy with what he's seen despite the loss. Consistency is key. His team showed no fear, great determination. They gave it to Reading today.
Absolutely. I just watched the embrace between Coach Saminurizade and Coach Broadmoor, just as they sort of came together, and I just saw Samit mouth the words, bravo, bravo, great job. And he has certainly done an excellent job, and a lot of credit has to go to those boys as well. Ethan Conway, as you said, 21 points. Awesome performance, and Marley Wilkinson with 15. Rockets, of course, sharing the minutes out today. Everyone got good time on court, but of course there's too much firepower there in the end. Mitch Clark getting a solid 18 and really turning on the Jets in the third quarter just became too much for the young Barking Abbey side.
Well, my thanks to Charlie Haynes. It is now all roads to the start of the NBL Division 1 season. How far will Reading go? Will they go one further than the playoff final defeat they suffered to the Hemel Storm? We'll wait and see. But the league season will commence, and Reading are more than ready for the challenge. 3-0 in group play. They will certainly be one to watch. From me, John Hobbs, my thanks to Charlie Haynes. Good night, everybody.